Hey friends, as you can see, I'm not here. Check it out. So we are going to crank through this. Go ahead and move this little video icon down the screen as you're taking notes on your screen. And let's crank it out. You're welcome to use the pens that are in the cabinets. Just ask the sub and or show them the video. Just make sure you drop an ID or your AirPods or your phone up in that action so that you know to give it back. I need 20 by the end of the period, friends. Thank you. Let's get it done. Here we go. Okay. So what we are going to do is we're going to expand on the exponential conversation that we've had and think about what happens when we have a little bit of funky equations going on here up in the house. So I'm going to start cranking through this. Of course, pause if I'm going too fast and you need a new explanation. So number one, if 2 to the x power equals 2 to the third, what is x? Let's see. Look, the bases are the same. Since the bases are the same, that means in order for the two equations to be the same, the exponents have to be the same. Shabam! That's exactly what's happening. So when we do that, we're able to solve an equation. It's super cool. So let's crank this. Now take a look at this. Here, we have a new statement. 3 to the negative second power. Now remember, we had the conversation that when there was a negative power, we change sides. So we take it down. We go low, 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 low. So we put it at the bottom. So it becomes 1 over 3 to the negative second, which is 1 over 3 squared, or 9. Got it. All right, number 3. Let's do it. Okay, how can 1/16 be written involving negative exponent? Let's think about this. Process. Check it out. If you're smart, you know that 16 is 4 squared. You could also write it as 1 over 2 to the 4th. That's super exciting. So what you could do, instead of writing it as 1/16, you could have written it as 4 to the negative second. That's pretty busted. And then the next one, you could write it as 2 to the negative 4th as well. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. All right, here we go. 1 squared, going to be 1. It's just 1 times 1. It's going to be 1. 1 to the third is 1 times 1 times 1. Or, well, 1. These are all 1. 2 squared. 2 squared is 2 times 2, or 4. 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Whoa! Keep going. Times 2, 16 times 2, 32. Let's do this. 3 squared, 9er. 3 to the third, 27er. 3 to the 4th power. What is it? Do you know? So it's 27 times 3. It's 81 today. Today it's 81. Yesterday it was also 81. And then 3 to the 5th is 243. Now, if you don't know how to do that in your head, grab a calculator and break it out. Okay, other ones you're going to need to do. No, 4 squared, 16. 4 to the third. What a question is that? Who says that? It's 48. Again, use your calculator or we're going to need to be able to, that is not a duh. It is not 48, silly. It's 64. You're going to need to kind of know these quickly or be able to use your calculator to figure them out for this type of questions. 5 to the second, going to be 25. 5 to the third, going to be 125. Okay, 6 to the second. 6 times 6 is going to be 36. Again, what is that times 6 again, which would make it 6 to the third? 216. So 7 squared, 49. What's 49 divided, or 49 times 7, or 7 to the third is going to be 343. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so we're going to kind of use those. You'll get those probably on a cheat sheet while you do this. For a little bit, just like you got a cheat sheet on the rules of the exponents. Okay, let's crank here. So we talked about, for these two things to be the same, x needs to equal y, meaning those two exponents need to be the same. So in order to solve these equations, we're going to say write in exponential form and then set the exponents equal to each other. Okay, so those are other. That's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so again, if we had 3 to the x equals 3 to the 5th, we would have to know that x is equal to 5 in order for those two statements to be equal to each other. So when we look at the equations down below, when we have 3 to the 2x equals 3 to the second power, we can take these two exponents and just set them equal to each other and solve that equation. So we end up getting x equals 1 when we divide by 2. Yeah, let's go. All right, let's look at b. Again, we have the bases are the same right now. So we've got these two exponents we can set equal to each other. And then we can continue to solve. So we can subtract 2, and we get x equals 0 in this equation. If we want to do a quick check, 3 to the second equals 3 to the 0 plus 2. 3 to the second equals 3 to the second. Check, of course, because we did the solving correct. Again, if it's not making sense, go ahead and maybe rewind the video, slow it down, and listen to my beautiful song voice again. So 4 to the x is going to be 4 to the x is going to be 4 is, can we rewrite that as a base 2? Yeah, we can. 4 is equal to 2 to the second. So since it's equal to 2 to the second, we can take this base and we can actually rewrite it 2 to the second. And then remember we had to the x power here. So we're going to rewrite this equation. Check this out. We have a power to power situation. So it becomes 2 to the 2x because when we have power to power, we multiply. Now, this is the cool part. We can set those exponents equal to each other and solve. Divide by 2 and we get x is 4. Nice. All right, here we go on the next one. Again, we have a 2 and a 4. Can we rewrite 4 as base 2? Yes, indeed we can. So 4 is 2 squared. So we get 2 squared to the 2x power. Power to power again, so we're going to multiply those exponents. So 2 times 2 is going to be 4. We get 4x. And now we have the bases being the same, so we're going to have the exponents also be the same. Solve for x, we get x equals 1. Boom, there it is. Done. We can check it, remember. 2 to the 4th, is that equal to 4 to the 2 times 1 power? Let's see. 2 to the 4th, 2 times 2, 4 times 2. So this is 16 when we keep going. And what is that equal to 4 squared? Yeah, it is. 16 is in fact 4 squared. So super. Checks out. Check. Okay, now we go. Let's go 3. We got a couple more to go, and then we're done for this super awesome video. Here we go. 3. Hey, are the bases the same? What? They are. That's pretty bussin'. So let's set the exponents equal to x minus 2 equals 8. We can solve that by adding 2, and we get x equals 10. Yeah, let's do this. All right, let's go. 3. 9 to the 4th power. Well, 9, we can rewrite that as 3 squared. Why do we know that? Because we're fancy. And over here, we have 3 to the 2x. Okay, power to power situation. We can multiply those two. That's one of the rules we talked about. And then we get 8 equals 2x. Divide by 2, and we get x is 4. Woo, 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 woo. Good job. Good job. Hey, I have a question. Do you have any grapes? Okay, now that we get x is 4, we're going to go to the next one. 4a. Let's try to rewrite this. Okay, we have a 25 and a 5. Can we get those bases the same? Indeed, we can. 25 can be 5 squared. Boop. And we can then raise it to the x minus 2 power. Okay, just know that that's so weird, isn't it? Okay, because we have it to the x minus 2 power, we have a power to power, so we can multiply those exponents. So we get 2 times x minus 2, right? Multiply those exponents. And we're going to have some distribution going on. Now that we have the bases the same, we can set the exponents the same. Once we set the exponents the same, we can solve it. Distribute, and we get 2x minus 16 equals 8. We keep solving. We get add 16 both sides. We get 2x equals 24. And divide by 2, and we get x equals 12 today. Yes. Good work, good work, good work. All right, 4 to the b. We have 3 more to go, and then you guys are free to start on your homework. Again, when you're on your homework, you might want to refresh this, go back to this video to give you a hand on it, see what's happening. Okay, 5 to the 4th. Okay, we can't reduce that base. 125 to the x minus, or 2 minus x power. We can rewrite 125, base 5. So we make that 5 to what power? 5 to the third is going to be 125. And we have the all raised to the 2 minus x power. And once we have a power-to-power situation, so we can multiply those two exponents. I'm just going to leave them in parentheses right here. Okay, so now that represents multiplication. So now we have bases being the same, which means we can take the exponents and we can make them identical to each other. Okay, so now that we have those identical to each other, we can, or equal to each other, we can distribute and solve. So we get 4 equals 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times x is, right, negative 3x. Great, keep solving. Minus 6, minus 6. So negative 2 equals negative 3x, and keep solving. We have divide by negative 3, and we get x is negative 2 divided by negative 3 is 2/3, friends. All right, let's go back to 5a. All right, here we go. 16 to the 2y minus 3 power equals, this is really confusing looking, folks. It is. It is. But I think you can do it. You can crank this. You got it. Crank this like Soldier Boy. Okay. So 16 is, can we get that base 2? We can. That's going to be 2 to the 4th power. And raise that whole thing to the 2y minus 3 power. And now 4 to that. So we get 2 times 4. Power to power, we're going to multiply those two things. So we get 4 times the 2y minus 3 power equals 2 to the y plus 1. Now we have those two, the bases are the same, so we can get the exponents to be the same. And we have an equation to solve. So distribute the 4. 8y equals, 8y minus 12 equals y plus 1. Now we can keep solving. So I'm going to move the y's to one side. So minus y. We get 7y minus 12 equals 1. Add 12, add 12. 7y equals 13. This is getting a little weird. Divide by 7. Ooh, where do you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I found you. I found you. I'll find you. There you are. Oop, went away for some reason. Okay, now we can divide by 7. Y equals 13 over 7. There you go. That would be our answer. It's a little funky, but it's true. It's the answer. If you want to go back and double check the steps, we can. I'm doing that right now as we speak to make sure we didn't make a mistake, but looks good. Good job, friends. Let's do 4. If you haven't already, maybe pause it to go from there and try this on your own. Did you pause it? I don't know. Maybe. I bet you paused it. Okay, good. Okay, so we have 4 to the 2x power, which means, can we write this in simplest form? Can we reduce that base? Can we rewrite that as a base 2? Can we rewrite the 4 as a base 2? We can rewrite that as 2 squared to the 2x power equals 64. Can we write that as 2 squared? That is 2 to the 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 to the 5th. What's up? All to the x minus 5 power. Power to power, we can multiply the exponents. So we get 2 to the 2. Well, that would be 4x power. And over here, we're multiplying this whole thing by 5. So we get 2 to the 5x minus 25. I distributed it at the same time. We end up getting 4x equals 5x minus 25, and we can keep solving. So minus 5x, we get negative x equals negative 25. Divide by negative 1, we get x is 25. Boom, there it is. Okay, you do have homework. Go ahead and use this video to help you on the homework as appropriate. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.